Devi Mahatmyam, Chapter 10 The Slaying of Shumbha. The Rishi said, seeing his brother Nishumbha slain, who was dear to him as his life, and his army being slaughtered, Shumbha angrily said, O Durga, who are puffed up with the pride of strength, don't show your pride here. Though you are exceedingly haughty, you, resorting to the strength of others, fight. The Devi said, I am all alone in the world here. Who else is there besides me? See these goddesses who are but my own powers entering into myself. Then all those, Brahmani and the rest, were absorbed in the body of the Devi. Ambika alone then remained. The Devi said, the numerous forms which I projected by my power here, those have been withdrawn by me. And now I stand alone. Be steadfast in combat. The Rishi said, then began a dreadful battle between them both, the Devi and Shumbha, while all the Devas and Asuras looked on. With showers of arrows, with sharp weapons, and frightful missiles, both engaged again in a combat that frightened all the worlds. Then the Lord of Daityas broke the divine missiles which Ambika discharged in hundreds with weapons that repulsed them. With fierce shout of hum and the like, the Parmeshwari playfully broke the excellent missiles that he discharged. Then the Asura covered the Devi with hundreds of arrows, and the Devi in wrath split his bow with her arrows. And when the bow was split, the Lord of the Daityas took up his spear. With a disgust, the Devi split that spear also in his hand. Next, the supreme monarch of the Daityas, taking his sword bright like the sun and shining shield bearing the images of 100 moons, rushed at the Devi at that moment. Just as he was rushing forward, Chandika split his sword with sharp arrows shot from her bow, as also his shield as bright as the solar rays. With his steed slain, with his broken bow, without a charioteer, the Daitya then grasped his terrible mace, being ready to kill Ambika. With sharp arrows, she split the mace of Shumbha, who was rushing at her. Even then, raising his fist, he rushed swiftly at her. The Daitya Lord brought his fist down on the heart of the Devi, and the Devi also, with her palm, smote him in his chest. The Daitya king, wounded by the blow of her palm, fell on the earth, but immediately he rose up again. Seizing the Devi, he sprung up and mounted on high into the sky. There also Chandika, without any support, fought with him. Then Shumbha and Chandika fought as never before with each other in the sky, in a close contact which wrought surprise to the Siddhas and sages. Ambika then, after carrying on a close fight for a very long time with him, lifted him up, whirled him around, and flung him down on the earth. Flung thus, the evil-natured Shumbha, on reaching the earth, raised his fist, hastily rushed forward desiring to kill Chandika. Seeing the Lord of Daityas approaching, the Devi, piercing him on the chest with a dart, threw him down on the earth. Pierced by the pointed dart of the Devi, he fell lifeless on the ground, shaking the entire earth with its seas, islands, and mountains. When that evil-natured Asura was slain, the universe became happy and regained perfect peace, and the sky grew clear. The flaming portent clouds now became tranquil, and the rivers kept within their courses. When he had been slain, the minds of all the bands of Devas became overjoyed, and the Gandharvas sang sweetly. Others sounded their instruments, and the bands of nymphs danced. Likewise, favorable winds blew, the sun became very brilliant, the sacred fires blazed peacefully, and tranquil became the strange sounds that had risen in different quarters. Here ends the 10th chapter called The Slaying of Shumbha of Devi Mahatmya in Markandeya Puran during the period of Savarni the Manu.